I bought the perfect, smallest, child-free person house. I'm worried my friends with kids will think my house equals room for their families to come visit my sweet tourist destination town. Welcome back, but if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. My wife and I are closing on an awesome 2-bedroom townhouse on Monday. I'm finding that when we tell people we're buying a house, people say, "Oh man, I can't wait to come visit." There's no freaking way anyone under the age of 15 is ever going to spend the night in this place. There is only one communal space, so 100% of my time outside of my bedroom will be consumed by listening to their high-pitched voices that trigger my ADHD to the point where it's damn near impossible to have a conversation. After several hours of fighting to focus through constant interruptions, I'm exhausted and cranky. This crap ain't happening. If I had a basement, it might be different so the kids could play down there with one parent while I talk to the other. But you know what? We weren't going to buy a way crappier house in a way worse location just to have extra space for the 4 weekends a year people want to visit with their kids. If they don't want to get a hotel and would rather visit with people somewhere else who want to hang out with their kids, I will take zero offense. Totally makes sense. The conversation I want to avoid is this, which is approximately what happened with the first parent I tried to tell. There's no room for kids. What? You just need to buy a pack and play. Kids are so small. Sorry, what I mean is the house will never be set up to have kids stay there. What? Like I said, all you need is a pack and play. What do you mean? I mean, I wouldn't be able to get away from the kids if they're in my house because there's only one room to hang out in, so the kids are not invited. I'm considering one answer, which is that my house is filled with loose grass and it would be extremely stupid to bring a child over while I smoke grass all day. But I feel like people will come up with workarounds for that as well. Basically, my excuses are so weak, I worry they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's no problem for us. Just accommodate us in X manner and everything will be great." And then after that, the whole awkward dance I have to still eventually say, yeah, this is because I don't want to spend that much time with your kids. Anyone have a great line they can use that makes things very clear without pretty much saying, "Dude, there's no way I'm spending extended time around a loud kid in a small space. Are you freaking kidding?" Just tell prospective freeloaders you're not set up for kids and that everyone will be more comfortable if they stay in a hotel. I don't even host my parents at my house and I like my parents. There's an Omni hotel 2 blocks away from my place at which I am happy to put them up. My guest room is for my friends I know well enough and who know me well enough that I don't have to alter my domestic routines and we stay out of each other's ways. I don't run a B&B inn. Oh, can't wait to come visit. Me either. Here's a list of available hotels in your area. Look, this one even has a daycare. Turn the conversation back on them. Make them come up with excuses why they should force themselves on you where there are plenty of alternatives. Alternately, "I can't wait for you to come up here. I should be able to arrange my schedule so that we can spend 1 or 2 days together," implies that they won't be with you the whole time and that you can't properly host them. "We're looking at getting the house fumigated near a date of visit," implies that there might be things they don't want to expose their precious children to, as well as, "No, sorry, I'm not in a position to host you." Don't explain why, just say it's a private and personal matter. After all, your stance on children is your own personal business, and that you don't want to explain that to them because it'll just make more of a headache for you. My husband and I are in the process of buying our first house. 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, semi-detached way out of the country. Seriously, the village has a cafe, 2 pubs, and a butcher's. Anything else we need to drive a village over to get. The idea for now is master bedroom, office or airsoft armory combo room, pull-out couch in the living room if the in-laws come over. All in-laws live a couple of hours away from us. In the future, I want to extend the backyard out for a conservatory and an adjoining second bathroom. Conservatory would serve as a second entertainment room or dining area. There's currently only 4 under 15s in the entire family that might come to visit. My stepnephews, 4 and 6, my brother-in-law, 10, and my niece, 1 year old. I've never met my niece and probably won't ever. Husband is not that close with his sister and doesn't really recognize her kid as family to him, so that narrows down to 3. Brother-in-law might come over with the in-laws, but he'll have nowhere to sleep at all. But those in-laws have other family to see in our part of the country, so they tend to get hotels more central to all the places that they want to go. 10-year-old guest avoided. My stepnephews, they will be less than 30 minutes away, so any visits would be short-lived and not overnight. Win-win. I think you might be overthinking this in your head. I'm 33 and have owned multiple houses since age 23 to 24. And my first house was roughly 2,500 square feet with a 4-bed and 3 baths. I've had friends or family with kids visit from all around the US and Europe, but they never came unprompted and when I didn't want to have them sleep over, but they were in town. I usually told them that my extra bedrooms were not set up to be slept in. I've also given out the reason that my house was partially being rented out through Airbnb. They most often found other accommodations. We own a house on a barrier island in Florida, so we learned how to say no quickly. Otherwise, everyone who ever met us would want a free vacation, meaning we'd foot the bill for food, cleanup, etc. And as I work from home and I'm an introvert, I'd completely go broke because I can't work with people in the house. We also do not allow kids to visit. We've only had one couple who asked and my husband told them, "We don't do kids at our house." And she was like, "But she's a really good kid." My husband said, "Doesn't matter if she's Jesus, everything changes when a kid is in the mix. We don't want to live that way." Never asked again. And for the record, anyone who invites themselves to your home is likely not to take anything but a direct no. Just don't set your place up to accommodate guests. Our first house was a 2-bedroom and 1,780 square feet. Second bedroom was an office. Eat-in kitchen was small with just a bar with 2 stools. Friends that want a couch to surf for the night is one thing, but a whole family? Nope. Our current house is much larger with 2 extra rooms, dining area, whole 9 yards, but we still didn't set it up to accommodate guests. One extra room is a media room for movies, sports, and gaming. One extra room is an office, workout, whatever else room. That room does have a sleepover sofa for a more comfortable couch surf, but only a few close friends even know it exists. We also live in a destination town, but that doesn't mean we're obligated to house guests for free. Say this. Let me put this as clearly as I can. If you show up at my door, uninvited, with kids, expecting to spend the weekend, you will be sorely disappointed. My home is not a hotel. Seriously, if they never bothered to visit you before you purchased a house, then don't let them visit your home on their terms. I made it clear that I do not like unannounced visitors. All my friends understood that I worked. I met most of them from work anyway, so the chances of me actually being home if they stopped by were very slim. And as for family, I have no problem scheduling a visit or going to meet halfway. Just don't show up at my door because I just might not answer if I'm not expecting anyone. LOL. What I've never understood is why people can't just say no to things and for it to not be considered rude or mean. Like if I didn't want someone to be at my house, I'd just say, "Please don't come to my house," or "No, just don't come." Or if I don't want their kid to be at my house, I'd say, "Oh, actually, I'm not comfortable with kids being at my house. Can you not bring them if you come visit me?" Or if you're not comfortable leaving them somewhere else, "I'm sorry, but you can't visit me at my house, but we can meet somewhere else, doing something else." And if they can't hang out without their kid, then you guys are probably not hanging out regardless because no one wants to babysit a kid or watch a kid while they're hanging out with their friend. You're their friend, not the kid's friend. I honestly couldn't see how someone would be comfortable. I couldn't imagine myself being uncomfortable with the word no. If I didn't want someone to do something, especially if it's my property, because the house is your property, obviously just tell them, "No, you can't bring your kid to my house. It's your house." If they're uncomfortable not bringing their kid because they don't have somebody to babysit them, then that's fine. You maybe can visit them or you guys can find a better time where they're available. But it's still not your responsibility to accommodate the child because they have a child. You're not responsible for that child. That parent is. So if they want to have fun with you, they need to take care of that situation. It's not on you. It wouldn't be your responsibility to find accommodation for the child. That's not yours. It also wouldn't make you a bad friend or a bad family member or a bad person to say no. Actually, that's your job and not mine. Of course, you don't have to say it like that, but if you say no, it doesn't make you a bad person. And they cannot gaslight you. No one can gaslight you or trick you into thinking that it's your responsibility because it has never been. They are the one that had the child. You are the one that has the house. And your rules are your rules. That's it. Put your foot down.